Our Southwest road trip with Mike and Vicki from Dota 66 continues to impress us all by constantly revealing spectacular things to see and do along the way. In this video, we move on from our incredibly scenic stay at Monument Valley Tribal Park as we continue heading towards our trip's turnaround point in southeast New Mexico. We'll drive north a bit to Utah's oldest state park and a lesser-known national monument, then east for an overnight stay in Colorado's San Juan Mountains, over some of the most beautiful roads in the world, ending up in the Sangre de Cristo Mountains to enjoy some of the wonders of northern New Mexico. Off we go. We're going to see Forrest Gump Point, and then
the Goosenecks.
The Gooseneck. Leaving rainy Monument Valley, heading northeast on Highway 163, our first planned stop was a mere 5 miles down the road. It's called Forrest Gump Point, named for the scenic spot where the film character decided to stop running across the country. It's become quite a tourist destination, as far as we know, the only one where it seems to be set up for people to dodge cars on an active highway. We believe this place was sponsored by the Darwin Award Society. Next, we pass through the town of Mexican Hat, believed to be named by a group of geographers who weren't familiar with the word sombrero.
We're here at Goosenecks State Park. It was the first state park in all of the state of Utah, and we're still trying to figure out exactly how it got its name. All we can find here is no geese, but a large meandering river. Do your best gooseneck impersonation, folks.
After gawking at the goosenecks, we continued north along Route 261, enjoying the views to visit some more natural wonders. First up, we passed the Valley of the Gods, an area that's a more spread out version of Monument Valley, located under Bureau of Land Management control, making it more accessible to private exploration. We wish we'd had more time to explore this area, but it's certainly worth revisiting. Next up was the Moki Dugway. It's a 3-mile-long, heavily switchbacked, mostly unpaved stretch of route that winds 1,200 feet up to the mesa top, where the route continues again on perfect pavement.
So if you're ever driving up the valley of the Moki Dugway, pull over on the last really tight switchback. You'll see a bunch of pullouts there. Hike a little ways to a little notch in the rocks, and you're going to get a view that was actually worth going the 100 yards for. Valley of the Gods. You can probably imagine why. It was actually carved into the hillside so they can get ore down the hill to the smelter in Mexican Hat.
Miss Vicki.
Cars coming down the mountain and not taking the straightest path you can imagine to get down.
After cresting the Dugway, the road continues north atop the mesa on a nice paved road with only views of the surrounding forest. Next up was Natural Bridges National Monument that features a 9-mile loop drive with overlooks to 3 natural bridges. What surprised us was how hard it was to spot the bridges because of the flat cloud-covered lighting during our visit. There's also a half-mile hike to look down on some Puebloan structures called the Horse Collar Ruin, which takes its name from the shape of the windows on one of the structures. From the bridges, we pushed on to the longest driving portion of the day, heading east towards their eventual stopping point in Ouray, Colorado. We stopped for a quick lunch at the Patio Diner in Blanding, Utah, which ironically does not have any outside seating. We also refueled there before the 3-hour scenic ranchland drive that didn't pass through any major towns. It was stunning how few cars we saw over much of this drive.
You guys ready to go to Ouray?
We are ready.
Well rehearsed, right?
As we approached the northern edge of the San Juan Mountains, our views became even more scenic and we started encountering more traffic. We were all ready to stop driving as we rolled into Ouray, who calls itself the Switzerland of America. It's nestled into the end of a canyon surrounded on three sides with gorgeous mountains. As we drove down Main Street, we passed historic buildings dating back to the mining days when the town was established. We couldn't wait to explore this charming little mountain town. Our home for the night was the historic Beaumont Hotel, originally built in 1886 and visited by Presidents Theodore Roosevelt and Herbert Hoover, as well as a host of modern celebrities. It's been lovingly restored and was perfectly located in the middle of Main Street. We learned that it was for sale, so anyone looking to buy a charming hotel for $6.5 million in a beautiful mountain town, we have a place for you to consider. We were surprised how full the restaurants were on a Wednesday evening, but we enjoyed a nice meal at the Outlaw right there on Main Street. The next morning, before breakfast, we enjoyed a nice stroll, just taking in the sights of town.
We're still in Ouray. They lost the Y somewhere, so it just says Ouray on the signs. Now we are hunting for Box Canyon. We'll find it. It's somewhere around here. We're here at Box Canyon. It's a hidden gem. Unlike Switzerland, you'll find that the streets in Ouray are largely unpaved. Only the main roads seem to be paved. That's interesting.
After breakfast, we paid a quick visit to Cascade Falls Park on the north end of town. On the way out of town, we stopped at Box Canyon Falls Park. It's sad you have to put in a sign that says, "Do not throw rocks." You could be in trouble. You must be that short to enter. It's a short walk to the falls, but well worth it to see what's perhaps the most bashful waterfall we've ever visited.
You're bent.
Yeah, I got the bends.
Say what you will about Ouray, it's not ugly.
The road out of town towards the south climbs up the end of the canyon, giving a nice overlook on the way out. A pair of F-16 fighter jets flying above town startled us on the way out. The lovely town of Ouray, with Main Street down the middle where we stayed last night. They call it the Switzerland of America because of their expert craftsmanship, their historic neutrality, and their lax policies on laundering Nazi gold. The next part of our drive is known as the $1 Million Highway, considered by many to be one of the most scenic drives in America. Our first stop was another waterfall, much more visible than either of those in town. The $1 Million Highway is spectacularly scenic. The views in every direction are exceptional. There were a lot of reports of dangers because it was perched on a steep slope with sheer drops and few guardrails. We didn't find any issues navigating it in a hefty Cadillac Escalade. However, we probably would have felt differently if the weather conditions weren't perfect. We're here going up the $1 Million Highway, and this is the Red Mountain Mining Area. Again, a mystery how it got its name. What was once a mine shaft is now a trendy B&B, allegedly. We enjoyed the scenery of the highway for about 2 hours before it took us to our lunch spot in Durango, Colorado. This road should certainly be on your to-do list. After lunch, we headed east on Route 160, for our 4-hour slog to Taos Ski Valley, our destination for the evening. This route took us through some charming little towns, tree-studded ranch land, and past miles of national forest roads with beautiful forest views.
I think we're in the middle of nowhere, but I see big mountains over there, so something's going to happen.
And what are those?
Those are the Rocky Mountains. Not that they're the Rockies, they're just very rocky.
It's hard to imagine that it's still possible to drive pretty much an entire day through such unspoiled land. After driving so many hours on this day, we planned to spend a couple of nights in the Taos area to recover from all the driving. We decided to stay at Taos Ski Valley, nestled in the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. Since we were staying 2 nights here, we splurged and got a 2-bedroom suite at the Blake, a 5-star hotel right at the base of the ski area.
It's a bit of a condo, actually, more than it is just a hotel room, but this is definitely a 5-star experience. The fact that you have free shuttles, the fact that you have access to your car anytime, that it's full valet. This is every need met. So far, the Blake is worthy of the founder of the area.
It was a beautiful tree-lined valley that offered many summer activities. Our activity of choice for our non-travel day was a 3-hour whitewater rafting trip on the Rio Grande on a section south of town known as the Racecourse through New Mexico River Adventures. We had a nice lunch right across the street from where we met for rafting at the Blue Heron Brewery.
You guys ready?
There it goes. Well, no nervous. Looks good.
How about you, Mike? You ready?
Everything about New Mexico River Adventures was first class. The shop, the changing facilities were clean and well organized. The safety equipment was clean and in great shape. The safety briefing was complete and well explained. Our guide, Austin, was friendly, knowledgeable, and fun.
Well, let's go forward 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Beautiful, we're going places. Now, real quick, everybody show me your hand that's not on your T-grip. Not on your T. I want you to take that hand, reach across to your neighbor, grab the shoulder strap of their PFD and pull them close. Lovely. Now, when I say lean in, that's what we're gonna do. No, this is the hot ride.
It is.
Go forward 1 time. Now we're gonna find out what rock feels like. Everybody lean in. Woo. Oh yeah, and everybody else. Lovely. Now everybody look at the back of that big rock. Look at how the water changed it. Keep it going. Keep it going. Stop. Lean in. Woo. Stay leaning in. Oh yeah, and everybody up. Let's go forward. Forward. Stop. Forward. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep going. Lean in. Lovely. And everybody up. Come on, 5. Get up there. That was Albert's speed. Keep it going. 1 more. 9. Go forward. Keep it going. Keep it going. Stop. And forward. Keep going. 1 more. Take a little break. Let's go forward. 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 Stop. 5. Oh, they got beats back there, team. Back up. Back up. Back. Go forward, team. Forward, forward. Keep it going. I'm gonna stay together. There it is. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Woo. Stop. Nice. Feet up! Swim that way! Feet high! There you go! Back it up, Chief. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. Stop. Grab the feet. I got you. Legs on my feet. Good. You all right? Welcome. How are you?
Okay? Yeah. Okay. It's all right.
Okay.
Welcome to the VIP club.
It's good up here.
But yeah, you're now part of the VIP crew. The Rio Grande swim team. Involuntary club. Nah, I told you, we pick up hitchhikers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. Bring back.
Any rocks back? Yep. Yes.
We call this rapid Big Rocks. It's also known as the Thunder Boat. Oh. Because if two boats enter this rapid side by side, only one leaves. Because there's the spot. Are we ready? I love it. Let's go forward. 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 Get left, get left, get left.
Austin was also a fantastic sport about having a 360 camera shoved in his face whenever I leaned in. I really thank him for that.
And everybody up. I love it. How do I five? Come on, lean in. Oh yeah, and everybody up. I don't think that's the right orientation.
We had a great time on the river. Being Kathy's first time doing whitewater rafting, I was hoping she would like it. She did, and now rafting is in our rotation for future activity. Big thanks to Austin and everyone else at New Mexico River Adventures for making our experience so memorable. After rafting, we headed back to the Blake. That evening, we had a hotel car drive us to dinner at a local restaurant that got high ratings from the hotel staff. We dined at ACEQ, in a small town of Arroyo Seco at the foothills of the mountains. It was spectacular.
We're here in ACEQ.
It's delicious. Look at this food. It's amazing. Oh wow.
Have a bison bone marrow.
Oh my god.
We found it. ACEQ, ACEQ.
ACEQ.
Sure. Anyway, the name is strange. It's in a back alley, a little small town on the way to Taos Ski Valley. This is some of the most creative food I've seen in a long time. I can't tell you how happy this food makes me. I can't imagine that you'd get the best key lime pie in the universe in Taos.
Best place in the world.
All right?
Best ever, ever.
We loved it.
On our next video, we'll make our way to the trip's turnaround point, Carlsbad Caverns in southeast New Mexico. On the way, we'll drive by one of the oldest continuously habited settlements in the United States, stop at a dive training site in New Mexico, pass a town with alien mania, all on our way to seeing the third largest known cave chamber on the planet, while even seeing for ourselves how the cave was discovered. If you want to be notified for future video releases, please subscribe. If you get a chance, please check out DOTA 66 to learn more about driving organ donation awareness. Thanks for watching.